Okay guys, I'm back here. I had to go into the computer program and change the time so it would do the announcements, because the announcements is timed at a specific time. At the correct time is when they would do the announcements, and they do it from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I would have to go into the system right here and change it here. Try to at an angle it wouldn't glare. So let me change the time in the system here. Have to use the program. So hopefully this will work. So at times it takes a couple seconds for it to update. So let me do 5:59 here.
Good afternoon. The time is now 6 p.m. Once again, the time is now 6 p.m. Thank you.
Let's do the 7 o'clock one.
Good evening. The time is now 7 p.m. Once again, the time is now 7 p.m. Thank you.
Okay, let's do the 8 p.m.
Good evening. The time is now 8 p.m. Once again, the time is now 8 p.m. Thank you.
Okay, let's do the 9 o'clock one. It does take a couple seconds. It has to update the voicemail processor, and then it has to update the system time. So hopefully it's doing, I think it still displays 9:59. And it may not like me changing the time so fast. Hope I didn't freeze up the system here by changing the time too many times. I do show it's still stuck on 9:59 here. Well, I hope I didn't freeze it up. See. There we go. See, it doesn't. Okay, there we go. Now we can do the 9 o'clock one. It has to the program I use is called Element Manager for Nortel systems. Has to update the system, and the system either updates the voicemail part first or the actual system date and time first. So hopefully we can hear the 9 o'clock announcement here. The actual phone system has the operating system inside built in. That's Linux, which you can't really get into. So hopefully it would do the 9 o'clock announcement. If not, we skip to 10 o'clock. You know what, I'm just going to do 10 o'clock. For some odd reason, it's not liking it. Okay, let's do, whoop, I don't want 10, I want 9:59. Also, it could be that I'm sending too many requests. Oh, there we go.
Good evening. The time is now 10 p.m. Once again, the time is now 10 p.m. Please note that this will be the last time clock announcement for the evening. Thank you.
So hopefully it would do the 9 o'clock one. I don't know if I should redo the 10 o'clock announcement or not. I just don't know if I like that or not. It could be that I'm sending too many requests to the system and it don't like that. So I changed it to 9 o'clock. Tell you what, let's just set it back for minutes here. And talk about the buttons here. You get a little screwdriver here so you know what I'm talking about. The record button, that is if you're on the phone call and you want to record and it goes to your voicemail. This phone system does have voicemail, but I haven't really set it up because there's no need for it. I have voicemail on my voice over IP line, so don't need to. This system does, ironically, have auto attendant, and an auto attendant's like one of those when you call business, says press 1 for sales, press 2 for accounting, you know, so on and so on. This button is for the voicemail extension. That's the default extension number to call the voicemail system and make any kind of changes. Voicemail VM, which is voicemail transfer to a voicemail mailbox. Of course, you get the line buttons here. And line 4 accesses my key system, so you can make the line buzz to the phone next to me. Key 234 is a test extension I have for my key system, which and then make it go off hook. You can see if it lights up. It may not. It may not. May not be programmed actually. Let's see here. Huh. Got the wrong extension programmed. Sun 225 is the phone in the sunroom. Message is check your messages. If somebody leaves a voicemail, like I said, I haven't got the voicemail set up, so it won't work. The service button at the very bottom here is to put the system in different service modes. Like for instance, I could put the phone system into the night service, and only one phone will ring when somebody calls, not all the phones in the house. Day mode, all the phones ring. Obviously, flash means flash. Long tones is a deal because Nortel has a quirky dial system. When you call a automated system, like you call your bank or something like that, the Nortel push button tone's not long enough for sometimes. You know, like when you dial a telephone number into an automated system, it's not long enough like you hold down the button. So when you hold down the button, it only goes beep, that's it. Conference, do not disturb, we know what those means. Date displays the date and time if the screen has something else on it. Music. When I got the system, it has some music loaded on it already. Test. You're supposed to do a test page, but I haven't programmed it. Page. Do both. Redial, we know what that means. Voice calls, when you want to call an extension, instead of having it ringing, it makes a beeping noise. Let's see if it will do the 9 o'clock page, and then I could just show you what that does. Should be coming up in a second now. Well, I guess it won't do it. I don't know what's the deal. I think I kind of sent to me a request to the system and it doesn't like it for some odd reason. But there is an 9 o'clock page. Voice call, do extension. That's what that does. Intercom. Priority means you can break in and make it like a voice call, basically. So that's how the Nortel kind of functions, basically, almost. I prefer Avaya phone systems to Nortel. I think the Nortel systems are kind of a little bit more complex on the user interface versus Avaya products, but now Avaya owns Nortel, ironically. And the Nortel system has powerful features. So if you do have any questions or comments, please post them below.